Hello,
Hi.
hello. Good
Good
morning.
morning. So what happened yesterday that was crazy?
I can't say it. I don't know. Can I say it?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't. Okay, so one of my favorite YouTubers, he commented on my video.
That's
I know.
cool. That's
I didn't mean to
cool.
yell at you. Okay, but we're not gonna talk about that. Let's talk about you. Please introduce us to yourself.
Okay. I'm Michael Romeo. I'm an artist and a writer, and I honestly have no idea what I'm doing on your live with you, Ashley. Like you have these people on here who are comedians and these wonderful speakers and idea people and thinkers, and then I splash paint on shit, you know. So it's weird. Like, why am I here? But I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
So I definitely think you're not giving yourself enough credit because you've had your art displayed in several galleries before.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so your last name really is Romeo.
Yeah, yes, yes, it is. It is.
That's
Um,
so perfect.
it it doesn't hurt, I suppose. It's it's you know what it is. Like when I was younger, I thought it was super cool because then I could just pick up women that way and just slide up and be like, "Hey, what's up, lady? I'm Romeo," you know. And it's just now it's just like there needs to be something else. Like there's a woman recently who was just telling me, "Oh my God, you're so hot. You're so hot. You're so hot." And it was like, now I get it. Like when women are like, "Please don't do that to me." Holy fucking shit, I get it. It's flattering at first, and then it just becomes like, "Do you have anything else to say?" You know?
Oh my.
It's weird. I get it. I so get it. I get it.
Okay, so you did like backpacking around the country. What what prompted you to want to do that, and what was that experience like?
Um, so I hitchhiked across the country in 2011. Um, I didn't have anything else going on. Like I turned 30 and I discovered that I hadn't done anything of note with my life. Like to me, like I didn't do anything that was worthwhile or worth remembering, right? And I'd always wanted to see California. I'd always wanted to see America. I didn't have a job at that point. I had my feet and I could walk. Like I'm blessed that I can walk around and, ambulate and whatnot. So really it was just like, why the fuck not? You know, um, what did I learn from it? Jesus Christ. Uh, the one, there's just so much. Like it's, I love talking about it, but it becomes this very, this diatribe of just me, like speaking to you about it. And it seems like I just ramble on. But, um, I learned that, I learned that you should take an umbrella with you if you're going into the desert. That's what I learned. Yeah, yeah, okay. So so before I walk off into the desert, I'm standing in the store and I'm looking at stuff to buy, and my whole being is like, "You should buy an umbrella, you fucking moron. Buy an umbrella." I don't know if I can swear, by the way. That's
Please swear,
Please
yes.
swear. Fucking A. All right. So my whole being is like, "You need to buy an umbrella. Buy an umbrella." I'm like, "Why? Like it's the desert. There's no fucking rain in the desert. I don't need an umbrella." And cut to like hours and days later, and I'm huddled in the side of like the shade of my golf cart. Someone gave me a golf cart that you drag your golf bag around on the course. So I had that and I put my pack on it and tied it, right? So now I can push it instead of having to carry it, which was awesome. But now I'm in the fucking desert, sitting huddled in the shade of the cart, and I'm like, "Oh, an umbrella, cause shade. Oh, that's a great fucking idea." So I learned to trust your gut. Like when your gut is screaming at you to do something, you should do it, I guess. Also, may I thank you, by the way, because I was going to do a live myself today, but now I don't have to. Because this counts.
Win-win. How does one go about getting their art being displayed in galleries?
You just approach people. You should just, it's beating the street. It's um, talking to people, like asking people, going to galleries that has work in it that is like your work. and going in and talking to the gallery owner, messaging people on Instagram. Like Gary Vee says that all the time, right? Like you should message like 50 or 100 people, and he's absolutely right. Like if the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? If nobody knows about you, no one's going to offer you anything. The last gallery that I exhibited in, actually, I went there like expecting to display some of the spray paint space stuff, right? Because that's what I was like hot into it. Spray paint is this fucking awesome medium. And I was talking to the guy, and he's like, yeah, you know, that's cool. It's very street art, where you like see people in New York City spray painting stuff like that and then selling it for whatever, right? And I was let down. I was like, okay, well, that sucks. And he's like, but let me take a look at your account, and like I'll get back to you. And then he loved the watercolors. And he's like, dude, these are fucking amazing. We're going to hang them up in the gallery. So sometimes in life, I guess in galleries and whatever, like you get something cool that like serendipity. Something happens that you weren't looking for, but it takes you opening the door. I don't know. Does that answer the question?
That does answer the question, yes.
Okay.
So you taught yourself how to paint. Why did you what prompted you to want to do that?
Jesus, you know, when you said earlier, before we did this, you had said that like you have questions for people, and I was like, yeah, no worries, man, I'll answer them like the day of. And right now, I'm thinking like, fuck, I wish I had listened to this beforehand.
I get that often.
Well, they're good. Like, it seems like it feels like you didn't just write them down like 5 minutes before the show. Like, you actually like looked and did research with people, and it's flattering, and I thank you. And what was the question? Why did I learn to paint? Why did I start painting?
Yeah, what prompted you to even want to try it?
I've always been an artist, like since I was a little kid. I've always been a creative sort. I never liked the regimented worker bee, like 9 to 5, get up and earn a living and then come home and have a family and eat dinner and that's life and go to bed. Like that never appealed to me. There was always something else. So artists, writers, revolutionaries, people like Jim Morrison, like that always intrigued me. So I tried to emulate what they were doing, you know? I think that's how a lot of people start, writers or artists. I'm super fucking nervous right now, by the way. Like, I'm moving.
You're so silly.
I think that a lot of people start that way. Like, they emulate who they like, right? And a lot of my early stuff was very, like, you could tell the influences, I suppose. But as far as watercolor, I was going through a breakup in, like, 2015, 2016. And just by like chance, by serendipity, I saw like a YouTube video about watercolors, and I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot, and started doing that again. And now here we are.
Awesome. Okay.
Is that a note? Do you have a notebook of questions?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right on. All right. Those aren't all for me though, right? Like that whole
Yes.
The whole notebook?
Oh no, not the whole thing. No, just a page. So many of your artwork are landscape images. Where do you get the inspiration for that? Do you look at a picture on like online, or is this like you just dream of something?
Jesus. Okay. Let me can I preface this by answering something else maybe? Okay.
Yeah.
Or like give an example. All right. So one of my favorite writers, Neil Gaiman, said that a lot. Oh, you like him too?
Yes.
Okay. You should check out Masterclass. I tell everybody I'm telling about this. Masterclass has all these cool people like Neil Gaiman, who teaches you how to tell a story. Gordon Ramsay teaches you how to cook. Martin Scorsese teaches filmmaking. Alicia Keys teaches you how to sing. Yeah, dude. For $150, you can get this thing for a year and have all these awesome people teaching you this craft. Super cool. Anyway, Neil Gaiman's class is really, really good. I feel like I got my money's worth already from that. He talks about when the most common question writers get is like, where do you get your ideas from? And usually you shine them on like, oh, I go out and I talk to the fairies in the morning time, or, you know, dumps cotton candy out of the imaginary. So you make up some shit, right? And he got asked that question by like an 8-year-old girl, and he thought probably more. He thinks better than I do. He doesn't think, fuck, how do I answer that? He probably thought in his very formal British way, like, God damn it. But he said, like, I couldn't tell the girl, like I go out to the fucking rainbow garden and I dig up idea turnips, right? Like he had to, because that's the important question, right? That is the question. Like, where do the ideas come from? I get them from the same place that everybody else gets them. And I don't know where that is. It just happens. Inspiration comes from anything. A movie, a walk, conversation. As far as the imagery, like, I just kind of make those up as I go along. Somebody actually commented on one of those paintings a while ago and said, wow, this is really good. It looks like part of the Australian bush. Is that where you copied it from or where you got it from? And I'm like, no, man, I just kind of imagined that. And they're like, holy fuck. And they sent me a picture and I was like, wow. So I imagine it up, man. I conjure imagination and I try to splash it onto the page or the surface.
It's like magic.
To people who don't understand, it looks like magic, you know? It's work. I hate that word work, but it's work. Like, there are times when I put something down, writing, painting, whatever, acrylic pours, that it just fucking works. And that does feel like magic. But it's all those memes, right? If like you see like the tip of the iceberg of success and then you don't see all of the struggle. And it's the same thing. Like, like I don't put up the stacks of crap, the literal stacks of paintings that are just shit that get torn off the easel, and I berate myself, and I'm like, I don't know why the fuck I even bother, because I can't even paint a fucking tree. Look at this. So it's work. Like, I think I forget who said it, but there's a phrase or a quote that goes something like, amateurs sit around and wait for inspiration, and the rest of us just get to work. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not answering these questions.
No, you are answering. I know. I'm loving these answers. I love it. I'm gonna have so much fun editing this. Okay. I say that for future Ashley. Calm down.
Wait a minute. You can edit this stuff on Instagram?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know I could go fucking shit, dude. So wait a minute.
You're so funny.
No. So wait. So, like, after the live, right?
Yes, I upload the live to Instagram. That's the completely raw material.
Okay.
Right.
And then you take that and put it on YouTube, or you chop it up?
I chop up a little bit of it and put it on YouTube, and then I do the 60-second chunk as the trailer. So like I like to think I'm doing like a Lord of the Rings thing, where it's like the DVD set, where it's like you have the behind the scenes and you have the laugh track, and like I like to think that I'm doing that. I hope that it's conveying that way.
Yeah. No, I thought that you meant that like on Instagram I could like edit it, and I've just been like picking like the cover shot or whatever, right? That you can do. Yeah. Okay.
They need to do that as a feature. That'd be so cool if they did.
Yeah, did you know that we?
Are you a fan of?
Sorry, go ahead.
Are you a fan of Jim Carrey?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It needs more color.
What does?
You say that often in your lives, and that's it needs more color.
Okay.
And that reminds me of Jim Carrey when he had his what's the word I'm looking for? When he had his awakening, he said the same thing. It needs more color.
Oh.
Well, okay. Why does your art always need more color?
I don't know if I've ever said that. Now you got me thinking about like I'm running back through every live in my head at like super speed.
And also in the captions.
Okay. See, now I want to double check. Like at this moment, I'm looking at a screen. Because that's me. Like I get, that's my own shit that I'm working on. Like somebody says something to me, like a compliment, and instead of me saying thank you, and now we've had this really good energy exchange of like you're putting yourself out there and I'm accepting it and all of that shit, which is beautiful. I usually like pick it apart, like everything in my life. I pick shit apart, man, and it's it's troublesome. My friend said to me the other day, I was talking about a situation I was in, and my friend's known me for like almost 30 years, so most of my life. He said, and he's like, you fucking overthink everything. You need to stop thinking about this fucking girl in that aspect. Like, just let it be what the fuck it is, because eventually it's gonna be like Jack Sparrow on the ship, and there's all 40 of them running around. You don't even, so.
Oh, wow.
It needs more color. I feel like death never lets us finish our work. And that's not my saying. Like, I took that from somebody. But it's that type of thing for me as far as it needs more color, I guess. Like, there are pieces and stories that I work on that never seemed finished to me. Like, the first book that I wrote, I kept redoing the cover of it. Like, it's self-published. It's not good. I don't recommend anybody read it, actually, which is weird. Like, a writer's like, don't read that book, it's bad. But I kept changing the cover, like, every 2 weeks because I didn't like it. And my girlfriend at the time was like, you need to let that go and just work on something else, you know? And I guess that's, like I said before, like, I pick things apart. I do that with pieces, too, sometimes, where I spend too long on it, I suppose. And that's the bad thing. Like, you need to know when to step away in life and situations, and especially with creative things. There comes a moment, and you need to, like, train yourself to know these moments. There comes a moment in life, like talking with someone, whatever, like I said, where I've had the brush, and I've been about to do something else on the painting, and it's just like, stop! Like, no, don't fucking do it. But it's a really, really, really tiny voice, you know? It just kind of says, hey, it's good. And if you listen to it, if you train yourself to listen to that voice, your life is going to get better by leaps and bounds. I fucking promise you. I don't know. Also, by the way, smiling at myself in the morning and before I go to bed every day, so I wake up and I go smile at myself in the mirror, and it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, I get like 6 seconds in and I can't stop laughing at myself because it's fucking ridiculous. But I'm telling you, as far as like mood altering, I feel a million fucking times better. I'm so able to laugh at myself more. So I recommend that too. Anyway.
Which one do you prefer, the Flintstones or the Jetsons?
Jetsons.
Why?
I feel like I don't know. The Flintstones lost me when they made that stupid movie, I guess.
Everyone liked the movie.
No, everyone did not like the movie. No, they did not. That is such a fucking just a cash grab, and just like those are actors just showing up and doing the work. Like, no one really believed in the Flintstones movie. That being said, like, the actors in that movie, I love them all. Like Rick Moranis, John Goodman, they're all great actors. But I feel like anybody, like, sometimes there's just stuff you do to pay the bills, I guess. Now, you know what? Flintstones was cool, though. I always did like how Fred, like, slid off the dinosaur as he was leaving work. I thought that was cool. Jetsons, just because it's the future, and it's got flying cars and an elevator still for some reason. You'd think they would have, like, a transporter, you know? I get the what's her name? The maid. She always had this like Terminator feel to me. Like, I felt like at any moment this robot maid will just get sick of these people, and then it's going to become the war against the machines. And like in the Flintstones, you don't have that danger looming.
They did boss her around a lot.
Right? And she just took it, and I felt like she's just storing it up.
Rosie, thank you. That was her name, Rosie.
Thank you. Be safe. Thank you very much, Bisou. She's cool. This woman, by the way, if I may, this woman right here has been one of the first and the longest standing people to follow me on Instagram. She is one of the OGs. She has good advice for me all the time. She interacts with stories and posts all the time, and is definitely telling me that she needs more watercolor. She's a watercolor fan. But anyway, just shout out to her. She's awesome.
Thank you, Bisou. You're awesome. You preface your
It's just like it's just like the hair's gotten to this point where I don't know what the fuck to do with it, man. Sorry.
And I'm gonna paraphrase this. You preface your lies by saying, "Don't listen to the ramblings of a madman."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you say Van Gogh or Van Gogh?
I say Van Gogh.
Okay, very American. But
Oh, sorry.
No,
My apologies.
nothing.
It's very American. Sorry. Where the fuck are you calling me from?
It's Van Gogh.
It could be. It might be. But like, how do you say? Do you know that girl, the 16, 18-year-old girl who was the climate change activist? Like.
Oh, I don't know her name at all. But I know who she is, though.
Okay, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'll spell her first name for you, and let's see how you say it. All right.
Okay.
It's so American. Ugh. All right. It's Greta.
Greta.
Yeah, that's not how you say it.
What is it?
It's Greta.
Is it Goethe?
Greta.
Goethe.
Right. So that's so American. So yeah. I say that.
No, but that wasn't the question, though. That wasn't the question.
Okay.
So you call yourself a madman. Van Gogh or Van Gogh called himself a madman as well. And I feel like I don't know, there's something about, maybe, and I know you're not very good at taking compliments, but I feel like in a way you're like Van Gogh reincarnated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that means that I'm never gonna make it as an artist.
No.
I'm fucking dead. God damn it! You just
this is your second chance to get it right.
My entire life.
No, this is your chance to get it right.
See, Marilyn? You see what happens? That's very.
Do you think that there's a marriage between madness and genius, and can you marry those two together in order to achieve success in your life now?
Wow. Can you say that again?
Do you think that there's a marriage between madness and genius? And is there a way to marry those two together that you can achieve success in your life now, not later on?
How much longer do we have to go on this live? I feel like
about 5 more minutes.
On the fucking rack here. Really? It's 5 more minutes already? No.
Well, I have to clock into work.
Okay. I
don't get paid for this, unfortunately.
Thank you for the compliment. That's very, very cool. I actually, there was a Van Gogh display at the Clark Museum years back, and I was just looking at that. Like, I went and bought my sketchbook and did some sketches of him. And so his last words, by the way, were, "The sadness will last forever." He was a very tormented, very troubled guy. And so when you said, is there a way to merge madness and genius? My mind, I often think in movies or stories. Like, those are the things that resonate with me. The lessons learned from them, etc. When you said that, my mind popped into Pirates of the Caribbean again, where Jack Sparrow and Will Turner are like under the water, holding the canoe under the water so that they can sneak into a ship. And Will's like, this is either madness or genius. And Jack Sparrow goes, it's amazing how often those two come together. And that's exactly how I feel. Like, yeah, there is a way to merge madness and genius. And I'm not sure, like, I wouldn't call myself a genius. Like, I have called myself a genius sometimes when I've painted something and sat back and looked at it. I was like, I'm a fucking genius. But that's just like in the privacy of my own studio that now everybody knows about. But the reason I say that one should disregard the ramblings of the mad, especially in relation to me, is I'm just bullshitting, really. Like, I'm talking to myself. You know, I'm talking to my past self or my future self. And I don't think that you should don't take what I'm telling you and just run with it. Like, you should have a wary ear. Like, you should take it with a grain of salt and all of those things. You should, if you like watching me, you like listening to me, then I'm thrilled. That's cool. I find it really entertaining to do these lives. It's great. I've had a really good response from them. But don't, like, it's just fucking around. Like, I'm just funning, you know? So that's why I say that. Don't take it too seriously. And I do that in my own life. Like, I don't just watch one thing and then be like, okay, that's how it is. And, you know, I look for other things. Can I say something really quick before do you know the show The History of Swearing on Netflix?
I've heard of it, yes.
Oh, wow. Like, if there's ever been a show that was made for me, holy fucking shit. So they go through, like, fuck, shit, and what did I just watch? Damn. And they're gonna do, oh no, bitch. Like, they just did bitch. And so bitch is a very derogatory word towards a female.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that, but I didn't know how much so. Anyway, the first episode they do is fuck. And it's great. Like, Nicolas Cage is the perfect fucking host, and I so identify with this word, and it's so versatile and so powerful. It's like, dude. You can use dude in so many different situations, like angry, sorrow, surprised, dude, right? Same thing with fuck, like fuck, and you know, fuck. It's just, and also, did you know that you're 5% stronger when you swear? So, like, if you clench your fist right now, right? Clench your fist as hard as you can. You doing it, right? You feel how? Now say fuck and clench your fist.
Fuck.
See? You see how? Yeah. Right? Right? Yeah. You can withstand pain longer if you're swearing. Like, they have people put their hands in ice. And they can't swear, and they do it for, like, I don't know, 50 seconds. And then you put your hand in the ice, and you can say, fuck, 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 and you do it for twice as long.
Yeah.
So swearing's a superpower. So I was just thinking, like, can you imagine if, like, the Incredible Hulk swore while he was doing stuff like that? Like, sorry, I apologize. Tangent.
No, that was so educational. I learned something. I like to learn something new a day, but I'm still gonna like learn other stuff. But this was okay. Okay, where can we like you, stalk you, follow you, all that fun stuff?
Oh my God, stalk me, please. Okay, so I'm on Instagram at mromeo_arts. My website is mromeoarts.com. I have 2 accounts on Instagram. I'm not telling you the other one. If you find it, I have other work there. So that's it. The website, Instagram. I'm on Twitter too. I wouldn't recommend. Twitter is not for the faint of heart. It's a lot different than just artwork. And, well, there's a lot of political shit there too. And fuck this shit that's happening right now. Anyway.
Usually I like to ask a final question, but I would like to say final words to you. Gosh, I feel like I'm gonna die. Not final words, but I just want to say thank you.
What the fuck? These are my final words. What the fuck, man? Dude. That's like, what the fuck? Jesus. Can you just ask me the final question? I'd feel way more comfortable if you have a final question.
No, I want to say thank you. Thank you for always for your encouraging words. Thank you for believing in me. And I owe you.
You don't owe me a thing. Like, we're all on this spinning ball of mud together, you know? It's time we have to work together and leave all that old shit behind, man. You're welcome. And listen, sometimes you have to believe in somebody else's belief in you until your own belief kicks in.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Romeo.
Oh, thank you, miss. This has been a pleasure. I so appreciate it.
This was like better than exercising. Like, I feel like so awake. Now I'm going to go sit down for 7 hours at work.
No worries. Do what you have to do to get where you want to be, you know?
Yes. All right. Bye.
All right, bye.